Argumentation surrounding the topic of districting and gerrymandering at the Winter Garden Commission meeting. Oakland looks toward more golf districting, while Orange County discusses more density and more taxes. And a family from our area is helping big in Ukraine. The date is March 3rd, 2022. We're going to go through these stories and more. Welcome to West Orange on the Go. My name is Austin Arthur, and this is where we do local news and comment. And when I say local news, I mean hyper-local. West Orange. This is your news. We begin in 10 seconds.
You're listening to West Orange on the Go. Brought to you by the West Orange Times and Observer. Hosted by Austin Arthur. West Orange on the Go.
Winter Garden commissioners delayed taking action regarding new voting district boundaries after two commissioners asked for more time to view the report produced by the city's appointed districting commission. The city commission was scheduled to vote on adopting the report at its regular meeting Thursday, February 24th. However, District 2 Commissioner Ron Mueller motioned to postpone the second reading of the ordinance. That was seconded by District Commissioner Colin Sharman. Mueller explained the charter allows the commission to go over the redistricting for up to 120 days before the next city election, which would be in December. He said he hasn't had the time to go through all the changes and would like the opportunity to meet with GIS personnel to discuss further issues on the map. District 1 Commissioner Lisa Bennett questioned the delay, saying, quote, "We had 3 months or so when we were meeting to ask questions." She explained that commissioners had the opportunity to speak to the committee at any time regarding the map districting. Commissioner Colin Sharman, although seconded the motion and did have some further questions surrounding the map, he ceded that he would be okay with moving forward on voting that evening. District 3 Commissioner Mark Mashel suggested the commission complete the discussion so the ordinance is not further delayed. Mayor John Reese reminded the commissioners that they appointed this committee and had the opportunity to go to the meetings and go through the map. Quote, "When we appoint them, we want them to come up with the boundaries in the district that they think are best, without any influence. Because to me, I think it's gerrymandering, so I always hold at an arm's length." End quote. The commissioners all agreed to Mr. Mueller's request to the commissioner's motion to delay the vote, and they agreed to do that until the next meeting. However, Mayor John Reese did not agree, and he did dissent. He voted a negative, that they should have done the vote as scheduled. And now on down to Oakland. Well, that town commission held a workshop prior to its regular meeting, February 22nd, to discuss the existing golf cart ordinance and what changes could possibly be made. By expanding the designated areas for golf carts, it would allow for more connectivity between neighborhoods, as well as the Oakland Nature Preserve. The city manager said he has researched the city of Winter Garden's golf cart ordinance and wants to create a similar one in Oakland. This way, both municipalities would have the same rules and allow for a smoother transition when traveling between them on golf carts. And I personally think that anytime a township or community of any sort looks to Winter Garden for direction, well, I think that's a wise idea. Next story. Although last week's meeting regarding a proposal to build 110 homes across from Windermere High School was supposed to provide more information about the development, some residents were left unanswered questions and even more trepidation. Orange County District Commissioner Nicole Wilson hosted the community meeting on Wednesday, February 23rd at Windermere High School. This was about the Selnick Planned Development and Land Use Plan proposal. The developer, VHB Incorporated, wants to rezone 33.7 gross acres to construct 17 single-family detached homes and 93 townhomes at 5504 Winter Garden Vineland Road. Attendees heard a prepared statement from the applicant. One resident said the primary concern is traffic and safety. The resident said there are a large number of kids who walk or bike to school, and there have been multiple accidents in the area already. Commissioner Wilson said the project has already changed based on residents' concerns. Now, apparently, when Wilson originally met with the applicant to voice resident concerns, she said the developer said the residents could go, quote, come kicking and screaming, end quote. Since then, the commissioner said the applicant has come a long way and has been more open to the residents' concerns. Quote, I really feel like the community is on the precipice of something really good. So we need to get opinions from residents, and we need to get them engaged. We all just want to make sure the development is something that fits and keeps everyone safe, end quote. Now, one resident said she believes the property could be used for a plethora of other uses outside of building townhomes. Quote, it would be great to see it left as a green space or to add a park or fields or something that the surrounding communities could walk to. Between the school and all the retail that has been added, we are leaving no land or parks, end quote. Now, as alluded to, this is on Orange County territory. Orange County rezoning is required to outline the specific development program. Now, those of you who wish to voice your concerns or perhaps your love for the project can do so by attending the meetings, and there's going to be several more. You can also email the mayor directly. Now, remember, that's Orange County Mayor Jerry Dimmings, or, of course, your commissioner. And for our area in this specific location, that is Nicole Wilson, District 1. Now, for all these kind of details, you know where to go. It's where you always need to go whenever you have a need for community engagement and need for community information. That's orangeobserver.com. Now, we do have some more county news. Dimmings proposes a sales tax to fund traffic solutions. The Orange County mayor hopes voters will endorse this new tax, which he said will fund improvements to local public transportation. Dimmings said tourists would be the most affected by this potential sales tax increase. County estimates showed tourists pay about 51% of taxes in Orange County. According to county officials, the population of the entire county, which consists of 1,000 square miles and 13 individual municipalities, is about 1.43 million residents deep by the latest estimates, with many more coming every week. Orange County is now the 5th largest county in the state. They want to hear your thoughts. They want to hear your opinions about this new tax, if you think it's a good idea for this transportation, or maybe there's some cutting that can be done to make room for these initiatives. We just don't know. We got to attend the meetings. We got to pay attention. So that is where it's on orangeobserver.com. And now let's go into the final page. Now, some news, this is hyperlocal news, but some news is so massive that it transcends any type of category of news. Some news will get into sports news, it'll get into Hollywood news, into local news, into hyper-local news. And this topic is certainly one of those topics. Well, we all know what's going on in Ukraine, and some of us here in West Orange are directly making an impact toward good. Now, this is the thing. Often when people talk about massive events like this, you think, well, what am I supposed to do? But there is something you could do. These are real people who are being affected. So let's look at a piece from the great Amy Quessenberry. She writes, churches throughout West Orange County were sharing the news Sunday about a locally based mission group that is concentrating all its efforts on sheltering and caring for some of the hundreds of thousands of refugees fleeing from Ukraine after last week's Russian invasion. Mission 823 works with Ukrainian orphans and at-risk children. But last week, its mission changed suddenly when war escalated, sending residents of the Eastern European country scrambling for shelter and for safety. Sean and Amy Sullivan created Missions 823 as a non-profit in 2018, but they have been dedicating their life to this country and its people for decades. The former Ocoee residents, who now live in Claremont, started the mission after Sean Sullivan went with an acquaintance on a trip to Ukraine in 1995, a journey that changed his life. Now, Amy Questenberry has the details of this journey and discusses what happened then that led him to work with these orphans and refugees in Ukraine. Sean talks about how this war has been going on for 8 years, and, they've been receiving these children at their youth camps. These children have been traumatized, these refugees who come to these camps where Sullivan and his team help them and get them taken care of. Now, after they felt called to take on this mission several years ago, they moved to Ukraine with their 2 children. They lived in the capital. Quote from Sean Sullivan, "It's expanded over the last 18 years to get to the point where we focus all of our work on Ukraine." End quote. Now, the Sullivans named their organization Mission 823 after Psalms 82, verses 3 and 4. "Defend the weak and the fatherless. Uphold the cause of the poor and the oppressed. Rescue the weak and the needy. Deliver them from the hand of the wicked." During this crisis, funding is crucial to continue their humanitarian efforts. I encourage you to take a look at it. He said that they need prayer and they need support. So they're taking donations. He says, quote, "This is going to be a very, very long recovery, years. This has literally changed the face of Ukraine, and I will spend the rest of my life helping with that recovery." End quote. To help with this mission, visit mission823.com. That's mission823.com. My brother and I, Xander, a lot of you know we have Gymnastics USA that we founded together in Winter Garden, but also we own a web development and digital marketing company. And if you come to our offices at the TD Bank building here in Winter Garden, the top floor, you'll notice that, inside our office, we got a beautiful office, but it's just me and Xander. We have a managing partner that's here half day and half day at the gymnastics center. But we have a huge team that has been with us for years. A lot of them are overseas, and they're our friends. I have a very good friend who lives in Morocco who's part of our multimedia design team. We have developers from India. And we have a few very special and important developers that live in Ukraine. Now, we do video calls with these people every single day. That's 5 days a week for the last several years. We know them. We know them personally. So it's been a little scary with them, and we need to think about these poor people. And I'm glad to learn about this great group right nearby here, and former Ocoee residents living in our neighboring city to this great West Orange County, Claremont. Well, let's say that website again. It's mission823.com. mission823.com. God bless the Ukrainian people. And let's pray that this all ends very soon and that these people's liberties are protected. This has been Austin Arthur with the West Orange Times and Observer. And until next week, have a happy and blessed weekend.
West Orange on the Go is brought to you by the West Orange Times and Observer, hosted by Austin Arthur. West Orange on the Go.